Let me tell you a story they still whisper across villages. A story about one man and one impossible promise to never lie. His name is Namad. Everyone knows him. From the richest chief to the farthest traveler, everyone knew one thing about him. Namad never told a lie. Ever? Not as a child. Not as a man. Not even when silence would have been easier. His name traveled farther than drums across deserts, and over the rivers, into the mouths of strangers. Why? Because Namad had never told a lie. Not once. Even when the truth could cost him. His word were unshakable and his silence was louder than most men's speeches. And in a world full of clever tongues, Namad stood alone. Now, the king of the land, with a sharp crown and an ego even sharper, didn't like what he couldn't control. When he heard of Namad, he narrowed his eyes and said, "Bring him to me. Let's see if this truth-teller bleeds like the rest of us." And so, they fetched Namad, the man with no lies in his mouth, and led him through the palace gates. The court watched, quiet, curious. The king asked him, "Namad, they say you've never lied. Is this true?" Namad stood like a tree that had seen many storms, calm and rooted. "It is true," he answered. "And you never will, not even to save your neck." The king asked. Namad didn't flinch, his eyes steady, while he answered, "Not even if the sky forgets the sun and the stars lose their names." The king squinted and smirked. "Careful," he said. "The lie is slick. It dances on your tongue before you know it." But Namad only bowed. Silence spoke louder than his promise. Days passed like camels across the desert. Then one morning, with a sparkle in his eye, the king called for Namad again. "Namad," he barked, "run to the summer palace. Tell the queen I am coming for lunch. She should prepare a feast. You will dine with us too." Namad nodded, turned, walked away. But the king chuckled behind his jeweled hand. "We are not going anywhere near that summer palace today," he told his court. "Tomorrow, we shall laugh at the man who never lies." But Namad, he was not just truthful, he was also wise. When he got to the queen at the summer palace, he said to her, "Your Majesty, maybe you should prepare a feast, and maybe you should not. Maybe the king will come by noon, and maybe he will stay right where he is." "What do you mean?" the queen asked him. Namad answered, "When I left the king, he had one foot up his horse, and one foot down. I do not know how the wind blew after that." The next day, the king rode in to his summer palace wearing his finest smug face. He asked the queen, "Queen, did Namad lie?" But the queen smiled, wide and knowing, and she repeated Namad's exact words. The king paused, blinked, and then laughed, deep and loud like thunder on a dry night. For Namad had not lied. He had spoken only what his eyes had seen. No more, no less. Truth does not shout. It does not dress in drama or twist itself to please. Truth walks like Namad. Steady, simple, sure, and those who carry it, they may not always be praised, but they will always stand taller than kings. And that is the tale of Namad, the man who never lied.